Right. So I'm making this video, right, to post on my astrology channel on YouTube, right? Now, what I want to talk about this particular video is the constellation Aquarius, and to clarify Aquarius, right? Because a lot of people talking about, for who conscious of certain things, they're talking about the coming age of Aquarius. And a lot of people don't understand what that means or even what Aquarius represents, right? So, one thing I want to get out of the way is this foolish notion that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. That have to be like one of the biggest lies in astrology ever told, beside um, Pisces being ruled by Neptune and Scorpio being ruled by Pluto, which a lot of astrologers currently abandoning and debunking. However, this one seems to be standing on an island that a lot of you are still holding on to this notion that Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And that is so much crap, so much bullshit, and these Western and tropical astrologers just keep pushing that um, misinformation. First and foremost, Saturn is and always will be, from now until the end of time, from in the past until the end of time, Saturn will be the ruler of Aquarius and is the ruler of Aquarius. And I could take on any astrologer on that. I could debate that. And here's the reason why. Okay, so let me dive into some mythology here. I don't like mythology, but I will dive into some right here. The Roman god Saturn, he was depicted as a god of agriculture and labor. Fine. He was always depicted as a man in a field with a sickle, bareback with a cloth from the waist down covering. Right? What that signified? That he was a peasant. He was a peasant god. He was the peasant among the gods. Right? Because of the story that they told where he was dethroned, and right, so he become the basest of all the gods. He become the most based god, a peasant god, right? Now among the seven all-powerful gods, or like well, let me say, the among the 9 or 10 powerful gods that it had, well, nine is 10 if you count Pluto. Among the 10 gods, he become the basis. Well, for the seven that's seen, but I'll make videos explaining that because I'm just trying to focus on Aquarius right now. So I'll make videos talking about all that what I just was saying just now. But for now, I just want to understand what I'm saying about Aquarius. So right, Saturn was a peasant god. When we view the constellation Aquarius, when you drop the stars, it looks like a man pouring out water from a pitcher. But that's just one part, because the other part is it does appear like he carrying something on his back. It does appear like the man beside the pitcher of water that he carrying something across his back, right? It could be a piece of lumber, it could be, but he carrying something just beside the pitcher, right? Even if we follow the mythology of Ganymede, who the Greek and Roman gods take from Earth up to where they dwell, where they dwell to be the cupbearer. All this to say it represents servitude, being a servant. And that is Aquarius in a nutshell. Aquarius is a servant, right? Now, why I think a lot of modern astrologers just deny and try to paint all kind of different pictures about Aquarius is because they want to deny that part. They want to put that part aside, that it represents servitude. This is why Saturn represents limitation, to limit progress, limit excelling, right? Because everybody can't be the king. Somebody have to be the servant, because within the heavenly bodies there is a hierarchy. You have the sun, who is the king, the moon, who is the queen. You have Mercury, the messenger. You have uh, also a prince. You have Venus, who is a princess. You have Mars, who is a soldier, a general. You have Jupiter, who is a priest. Who missing? The servant. The servant is missing. And so that is Saturn's rule. Great. Now everybody agree, and there's well, we all know that, well, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Capricorn is the feminine aspect of Saturn, while Aquarius is the masculine aspect of Saturn. In the feminine, in Saturn, feminine aspect, in the domicile of Capricorn, it represents discipline. Because to be a good slave, a good servant, a good worker, you first have to have discipline. You have to not give in to emotion. You have to be hardened, right? And that's basically what the goat represent. The goat represent being hardy. The goat represent being disciplined, being, you could take lash, you could take insults, you could go through, you could endure hardship without flinching, without breaking. That is what the goat represent, because we all know the great ancestor of the goat, the ibex, will go through, will put itself through great lengths to reach to the salt lick where it go into the salt minerals, to lick the salt minerals, right, at the top of the cliffs, right? That is the receptive part of Saturn, to be able to endure. The outward side of that, which is the masculine representation of that, is to serve. So you endure to labor, right? To perform whatever task is set before you. And that is Aquarius right there. He is the humble servant. That is why the sun is detriment. That why, all right, like in Eastern astrology, this is why the sun and Saturn are enemies, because of that dynamic of master and slave, the king and the servant. Okay? And this is what Aquarius is. Now, in the coming age of Aquarius, what is the key factor is that it will become a socialist world, because the servant class is the social class. So everybody is going to be on one level. And that is why capitalists hate socialism so much, because it is social cohesion, it's social equity. It have no master slave dynamic. Everybody working together for the benefit of all. This is why capitalism hates socialism so much, because the age of Aquarius is going to be a socialist age. Socialism will be the governing ideology. Okay? There will be no private ownership of anything. The people, and this is only if the people now fight for it. All right? Because what what Saturn in Aquarius, what it entails is social limitation. Social limitation meaning that all as a collective come into one, right? It have no high and low, no up and down. The disenfranchised, the marginalized, the the high ranking, everybody will be rolled into one, right? This is what Saturn in Aquarius entails. It entails that social cohesion, that, you know, everybody have to contribute. Everybody have to contribute the time, the labor, and the effort into the, the, the good of all. Is each one serve one. That is what it is about. Each one serve one, right? So I don't like making videos. I hate making videos. This is why I have a Facebook page, also called Scroll to the Heavens, with all the information written out. But I know people don't like reading, especially black people don't like to read. And a good brethren of mine, he is to encourage me to, start making videos on these things. But I hate making videos because, one, I don't have the proper equipment. I don't have a proper lighting. I don't have, just those basic things. And I would like to illustrate also what I speaking of, and I don't really have all those like the slides and stuff now. But yeah, all I have is the knowledge that I possess and my phone. So, I just would like to explain that. I just want to, briefly share that with you all. I hope you all do some research also, because how I know these things, I've done my research, and but yeah, that's basically it. Aquarius is a servant ruled by Saturn, who is the peasant god. And the age of Aquarius is going to be an age of all of mankind serving each other for the greater good. Social equity, social cohesion. Thank you again.